Jack Dorsey's decentralized messaging app BitChat has seen a massive spike in downloads from Madagascar as violent protests over chronic power and water shortages grip the African island nation. The surge marks the third time in September that civil unrest has driven protesters towards offline communication tools. Demonstrations began on September 25th this year when hundreds of protesters took to the streets of Antananarivo, Madagascar's capital. The catalyst was simple but devastating. Residents were fed up with power cuts lasting more than 12 hours each day.
Madagascar descended into chaos on September 25th over repeated water and electricity outages, with police firing tear gas and rubber bullets at protesters in the capital Antananarivo, which spiraled into chaos with looting and arson. Police patrolled the capital in large numbers from early morning after authorities banned the demonstration the day before. Citing the risk of public disorder. But the protesters defied the call and tried to break through a police barricade to reach their planned meeting point in the Ambohijatovo district in central Antananarivo. Madagascar's president sacked his energy minister in a bid to calm protesters, which had left wreckage strewn across the capital a day earlier. Protesters have voiced anger over persistent water and power cuts that often leave homes and businesses without electricity for more than 12 hours each day. 5 protesters were killed in the violence, a hospital source said.
We were peaceful, we were singing, we were chanting, we were saying, "Give us our rights, the right to live," really. But then some people took advantage of it, and there were others who were rather provocative. I would say they did not follow instructions.
There were a lot of employees here. It hurts. If they hadn't set fire to it, it wouldn't have been so serious. They should have just stolen, but by burning it, they caused deaths, and those who died incinerated were Malagasy people just like us.
Hundreds of mostly young protesters faced off against security forces in Madagascar's capital, again days after an anti-government demonstration erupted. Demonstrators, including university students, gathered in Antananarivo, holding placards with slogans that included, "We are poor, angry and unhappy," and "Madagascar is ours." Mostly dressed in black and with their faces covered, some wore the colored straw hats that have become a symbol of defiance.
The president is just lying. He doesn't listen to us. All we are asking for is that he leaves. We want change.
Water and electricity are 2 of the fundamental pillars of development. You repeat this slogan constantly, Madagascar must develop. But you still have no solution even though you have been in power for years. How many years have you been there?
The island nation in the Indian Ocean is mired in poverty, with many blaming President Andry Rajoelina, who was re-elected in 2023, for not improving conditions. The Southern African Development Community grouping said it was concerned about an unconfirmed number of fatalities, injuries, and extensive damage to both public and private property. The 16-nation SADC, of which Rajoelina is the current chairperson, commended in its statement the government's steadfast commitment to restoring peace and stability. The African Union called for restraint, calm and dialogue. Africa Bureau, WION, World is One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.